It's the NFL on EA Sports,
where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions
on Monday night.
From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Darius Davis to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at the Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically, kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go play action. Here's Herbert. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. Off play action, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Calling about 5 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Chargers take possession. On first down, they'll run. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Herbert from the gun. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right side. Caught at the 20-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
A first chance inside the red zone for the Chargers. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They send the tight end in motion. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has it in close.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers go up 6-0 here in the 1st. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Greg Reynolds to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Goff on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. From the gun, Goff. He has the first over the middle. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll send their tight end right. On 1st down, it's Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, Goff. This is complete to Patrick. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They go play action with Goff. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. They bring a tight end in motion right. Goff now on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
The Lions readying for the punt. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert. Looking right, and he finds him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Into the hands of Conklin. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. That's the end of our 1st quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. On the play fake, it's Herbert. He finds McConkey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Herbert to throw once more. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, in baseball, they call tip of the cap. I'll tip my cap at that pitcher. I'll tip my cap at that guy that just out-dueled me. And sometimes as a QB, against a rush like that, you just tip your cap, and you take the sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. Conklin brings it in. And they take him down right along the 30.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down. It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Brown's kick is up and good. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Reynolds with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Lions offense returning to the field. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. A tight end in motion now. 1st down throw from Goff. Finds Laporta. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Goff to the air now. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw, Goff. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Throwing again, it's Goff. He finds Laporta. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, it's Gibbs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by Deion Henley. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Off play action, Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 17. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions start to fight back with their first points of this game. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Davis. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Chargers and wide receiver Ladd McConkey set for another drive. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. It's the Chargers. Behind the sticks on 2nd and 11. Herbert with a blitz coming. That throw finds Conklin. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because he threw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, Herbert. Finds him on the crossing route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Herbert throwing again. It is caught left side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. It's Herbert once more. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So 2nd down coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Lions getting one more series here before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Goff on 1st and 10. And a man is there to knock that away. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be third down. We've reached the break. The Chargers visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Reynolds with a return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the offense for Detroit to begin the second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. From the gun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 4 yards there, but still a lot of digging left to do. It's 3rd and really long.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. It's taken in by Williams. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Laporta with the grab. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take the lead right away in half number 2. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. And some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions take a 4-point lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Dump off caught by his back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Play action now for Herbert. Into the hands of Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
1st and 10, here's Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 16 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. He finds McConkey. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Herbert from the gun. Has it in close. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Throwing from the gun here. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grab the lead on their first series of the half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Tiburon now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers push their lead to 3. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Khalif Raymond to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. Able to find Wright. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Another one for Gibbs. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopped by Deion Henley. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Goff to the air now. Wright reels it in. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A give to Gibbs. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. They got 24 yards on the play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
No frills, Nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Gibbs. Escapes a defender. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
First and goal, here's Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now we'll see the medical team head out towards a Charger who's still on the field and in some pain. Leading 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He's got it. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Goff setting to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They've got a man in motion. On 3rd down, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. But that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. So no return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on second down, and they need 2 here on third.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. He's back to throw. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he's going to step out with no gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert now. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Throwing on first is Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He'll throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. And they give to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
Punting unit out now. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Chargers don't want to see this one go to overtime. They'll bring out the punter here. J.K. Scott will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. And we'll see how aggressive they get to try and end this game in regulation, or if overtime is on the horizon. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. It's taken in by Williams. And he's going to be down by contact, so now our attention turns to the flag on the play. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Back to throw. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Now to throw. He finds Laporta. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them. Now hang on. They want to take another look at this play. And a very important call coming up late in this game. Well, I certainly don't envy the officials here. A lot of times, Brock, it can be so tough to have the right angle to get a perfect spot on that football.
Yeah, how they do it, I just marvel at it. A bunch of years ago, I got to do and be an official, a side judge for a spring game.
How'd that go?
Not well, because things happen so fast, and I really do. I marvel at more often than not how good these officials are at spotting the ball.
Well, good thing they reviewed it, because after further examination, the call on the field has changed. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. And now they call the timeout. Oh, Brock, what a play to get him into range. And now they can win it all as time expires. So everything comes down to this from Jake Bates. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now out comes the second-year kicker in one of the biggest spots of his young career. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And the third time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.